Hello and welcome to my video about the AD2 Skyraider. This video is applicable to simulator mode but also can apply to realistic battles in certain situations and aspects of this plane. So let's hop straight into it. What am I going to talk about? Well, I'm going to show you some gameplay of me using the plane the way I use it, which is successfully in ground striking. This is, by the way, in ground simulator battles versus the Russians. Facing T-54s and T-44s, stuff of that. There are also some light armored vehicles that can be killed by the rockets, but mainly I'm facing heavy tanks and medium tanks. The ordnance I am using is one 2,000 pound bomb and two 1,000 pound bombs, along with 12 HVAR rockets. Okay. So let's hop straight into it, and I will explain what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and the capabilities of the plane as I go along. Right now I have spotted a target, which is fairly easy with this great cockpit. I will unload the HVARs. Yeah, and there you go. It was an insta-kill on a light armored vehicle. As you saw, I spammed the rockets out one at a time, all at the same time, because in recent patches the HVARs have got nerfed, so that, well, they're not really effective against anything except like really light armored vehicles, and you don't have them a lot in this. Well, you do have them a lot, but I prefer to have a clean plane, because first I want to have a light plane. The lighter the plane, the better I can do the approach, the easier I can pull out, and if I get under attack, I am able to escape easier. If you get my drift. If you have your rocket still on it, you won't be escaping much. So right now I have a clean plane. I dropped all my bombs. I dropped all my. I fired all my rockets. So now I'm able to do some evasive maneuvers and even turn with this Yak 3 for a bit, as you can see. Although eventually he will outturn me. So if you do pull the stick, what you saw just now, it was a snap roll, that if you do pull the stick too hard and you're going at a slow speed, you will snap roll. It's not critical, but it's not something you want when you're doing a turn fight. It is a great turner, this plane. With all modifications, it has I believe the strongest piston engine in the game, coming in at about 32 horsepower at takeoff mode. And that's really quite a lot compared to what most planes have at about 2,500 tops. As you can see, I am turning with the Yak 3, but the Yak 3, being a wooden plane, a very light one, it outturns me. So yeah, I have my weight. I point my nose down and I escape. I try to escape at least, because the Yak 3 still has a great engine. It's really fast. This plane doesn't have a great top speed. It does have some top speed, but not great. So I just try to evade him. Evade his fire. He hits me right here. I have a yellow wing, which is not really critical, but I'm just basically trying to run to my airfield. That's what you should do when you can't outturn someone. You should just run to your airfield, call for help. If you have anti-aircraft tanks in your team, you fly to them if they're active. If they're if they're pretending to be tank destroyers, you don't fly to them. But the airfield is a safe bet to escape. Right now I'm using smoke so that my friendlies know where I am and where the enemy was tailing me. So yeah. The good thing about this plane is the cockpit, as you just saw. It is very clear. There's only in the front some obstructions, but you can look right behind you, and you can see if you're still being tailed or not. It's hard for people to sneak up on you. Okay, right now I lost contact with the Yak, and I'm relatively safe. By the way, the Yak, you won't see it. I don't know what happened to him, but you won't see him again in this gameplay. In this match I haven't seen him. So I lost the Yak. Now I'm going to return, because I was trying to get back on the Yak since I lost him. And instead I found an LA9, a teammate of him, and I just severed the wing of that LA9. He is going down, nice and beautiful. Yes. Kaboom. There, he goes down. That's one LA-9 down. That's one less threat for our other aircraft that are up in the sky. And it's capable. It's a capable plane with guns fully upgraded, with the stealth belts. It's a capable plane. I prefer using the stealth belts so that I can sneak up on people and they don't know when they're actually being under fire and when not. So it makes for a less evasive enemy. It makes for easier killings. So I took down that LA-9, but I knew there was still a yak up there, and I expected to find the yak here, but instead I found an Su-6 that tried to convince me to do a head-on, but I wasn't that smart. I had plenty of energy, so I zoom up. This plane is really powerful. It has a really powerful engine, so you can turn, you can maneuver without losing too much speed. Okay, my engine is starting to overheat right here because I use WEP a lot. I'm going to be on the 6 of that Su-6. That sounded weird, but I'm going to be on the 6 of that Su-6 and shoot him with a few rounds, and I don't do critical damage to him, but it is enough to help him crash, because in simulator mode you don't have the instructor. Here you see I'm doing some hits. You don't have the instructor, and I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he just wanted to crash, but I think I just did enough damage that his plane became unstable in the turn and he just spiraled down. So that's 2 kills in this plane, 2 air kills, and if I remember correctly there are 3 ground kills already. So I'm really helping my team. I'm not spawning a tank because I want to fly this plane, so I'm really helping my team by doing this. 3 tank kills and 2 plane kills of 1 attacker. Okay, this is the landing approach, by the way. You can use the gear. It doesn't rip. It doesn't rip until about 700 kilometers, so you can drop your gear nice and early, use your air brake, and you'll slow right down. I slow down from 500 to about 300 in a matter of 4 seconds. If I was a pilot I would be puking, but luckily I'm safe here in my chair and my joystick. I'm not feeling the G-forces, so you're slowing down really nice. You don't really need to use the landing flaps if you have the air brake out. So the thing is, I have a damaged wing, and this plane doesn't need a lot of lift to take off. It's a lot of speed, so I'm trying to pull the nose up, brake, but even at this slow speed it still wants to go up, but having 1 damaged wing it goes to the side, so you have to be careful with that. When you land with a damaged wing, you have to just keep your speed up and try not to pull up. That was a bit of a mistake there. Okay, this is after I get back, after I repair. I still managed to kill 1 target in the water. It's a nice rocket kill from the top. I had about 2 rocket hits on it. And that was all that happened that match. So here I'm taking you into a next match. This is a match also versus the Russians on Kursk. I spotted some fire coming from that ridge, and it turns out to be a T-44, and I will give him a nice welcome surprise of a 2,000 pound bomb. Yeah, nice and stable. You pull up right before you drop. If you pull up your nose right before you drop, it will land right on target. As you see there, the bomb might have been on top of him. Then I see 2 targets. They're nice and cozy together. I think they're going to make for a kiss or whatever. Yeah, here they're snuggling, they're cuddling, they're just nice and cute together. So I have 2,000 pound bombs, and I will give them each a present. Let's call it that. So here you do the dive, and right during your drop, right before you drop, you pull the nose up ever so slightly, and your bombs will be right on target. Otherwise, if you don't pull the nose up, they will land somewhat below it. Anyways, this plane makes it very easy. Because of the cockpit, you can very easily see the ground and see what is happening behind you, below you. So you can keep track of everything. You also should spot for your friendlies if you are able to. You don't have any ordnance left, you should just mark on the map where some enemies are, which enemies are where. And right now I see some friendlies are engaging someone that's in the smoke. I was going to drop down, do a top-down attack with my rockets, but as you can see, he was taken away from me before I could take him away from their team. sadly, but not too bad. I respawned in and I've got 3 bombs left. I wasted the rockets on a target that didn't work out, so I've got 3 bombs left, 1 2,000 pound bomb and 2 1,000 pound bombs. Okay, it's at this moment that I spot the wreckage of another 82 that crashed for no reason actually. And here I spot 3 T-54s moving up towards my spawn. And one of them has spotted me. You don't want to be hit by the 50 caliber rounds of the Russian machine guns because they really will wreck you. Oh, this moment a IL-2 comes in, I believe it was an IL-2. IL-10 comes in to come and get me, but he missed, luckily. So right now I'm under pressure. I killed 1 T-54. I'm not going to go near the other one because, well, a few hits, actually, maybe 10 hits, 4 hits from that machine gun can cripple my plane. So I'm under pressure because there's an IL-10 that's gunning for me, and I don't know which other planes are there, and I really need to get rid of these bombs. So I do a sort of semi-mistake. I see one target. It's going to be a light armor target. It's an object 206, 209. I don't know the numbers. Don't quote me on the numbers. But I see an object. It's a very light armor thing, but he is moving at quite a fast speed. And yeah, here I get hit again. My flap gets off, and I needed a flap for proper turning. So I see the target. I'm just going to drop my bombs as fast as I can. And that's a semi-mistake. Like, you can't rush ground pounding, but in order to stay alive you want to shed some weight. See, I did hit the target, but I didn't really cripple him, do any damage. So I just want to shed some weight, so now I'm a bit more maneuverable. I have critical damage to my flaps, so I can't use my flaps to aid my turning, sadly, which is needed. And now I'm in a dogfight, and I can show you the capabilities of what this plane really can do when it's in a dogfight. It is a great turning plane. It's my absolute favorite dogfighter in the USA Tech tree. Some will say the baghead, whatever, others you boom and zoom. Some are strict boom and zooms, but this one can do it all. Like a P-51, you don't turn fight in a P-51. You energy fight. You do it ever so gently, but here you turn it. You just turn, burn, you regain speed, and you drop speed as you go along. So here I'm in contact with an LA-9. I'm doing some ranging shots, but I horribly missed all those. And now I'm on a 6, and there's not much he can do. I will outdive him. This plane can dive to about 800 kilometers easily. And here I have some shots in. He's now a little bit damaged, so his flight performance won't be all that good, and that will explain what's going to happen. He is now losing speed and losing controllability, even though a minor amount. He goes up, he stalls himself out, and presents himself nicely for a kill. Here I shoot him, almost miss, get some hits in, and there goes the wing. That's one down. That's me winning a dogfight against a LA-9, a very good fighter, but this thing, even though it's labeled as an attacker, it still can keep up with those. So don't underestimate this plane. It's really one of my favorites. Here I see the IL-10. I have to be careful for his gunner, so I'd go in for a dive and a long range shot, and there goes the wing. So that's about all you need to know for this plane. Okay. If you like this sort of content, please, let me know in the comments below what you would like to see, what you would like to change. Like, as you can see, this is my first proper video I'm doing on the subject, and there's a lot not going as good as it can be. But just let me know, give me tips, give me feedback, and I will see what I can do and what I can change. If you have any suggestions, like what you want to see next, which plane. Just also let me know. I'm very open to anything. I have almost everything researched, so I'm very open to suggestions. As you can see, I'm now showing off the custom skin of this plane, which is beautiful. Like the normal 82, the skin is a bit normal, plain, borderline uglyish, but this one is beautiful. I'm leaving a link in the description below, and just let the creator know that you like his content. This is the engine, by the way. It has 3200 horsepower. 3200. Just keep that in mind. It's a great plane. I hope to see you back again soon. Signing off. This was Jeff.